Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you for tuning in. Hope you're all doing well today. So I'm just going to be going over the trades that I took recently, the short that I took from right up here and the long that I just took from right down here. Going over how I got the levels for these trades, what the confirmations were to enter these trades, and how I managed them, and how I'm planning on managing them in the future. Some of the support or resistance levels that I think are key right now. And just looking at Market Cipher, seeing if we can see anything that might possibly give us an idea of what could happen next. So first, I entered this short right up here. This was after the CPI news volatility. We had a pretty massive dump, and then almost an immediate 8% move back to the upside, coming right up into this level that I had marked out previously. And this is a level that I went over in my most recent video. I went over some other levels that were inside of this box here, but we didn't actually end up coming up to touch any of those. We basically just wicked right into this box, right up to this value area high, this local value area high. And we did touch off another level there. Now, I made this video right before this massive dump happened. So if you take a fib retracement from the top of this move down to the bottom, you can see that we wicked right up into the 786, rejecting off it perfectly to the exact dollar. And, that 786 lined up almost perfectly with the value area high as well. Now, this was a kind of tricky trade to take, and it would have been a lot trickier if I didn't have this level marked out previously. But the reason it was tricky to enter is because we didn't really see that many signals, that many confirmations to get into this trade. What I really like to see for these sort of pivot entries where I'm looking to enter on a pivot off of a significant level, typically you want to see some strong divergences like on the 12 minute, on the 24 minute. But here you can see that we did not form any divs as we came up to that level, and the money flow was still getting very thick in the green. And yeah, we didn't see any divs on the 6 minute, even though the money flow was starting to decrease here on the 6 minute. So, that is something we're starting to see, some bearish signs there. But then I came down to the 3 minute, still same thing, no bearish divs, but the money flow is starting to trend downwards. Then when I came down to the 1 minute, this is how I got into this trade. When I came down to this 1 minute, I noticed that we were forming some very slight 1 minute bear divs as we came up to this level. This 1 minute momentum wave was playing red dot, green dot, trending downwards as the price was trending upwards coming up into this level. And basically because of that and because of the 6 minute money flow, I entered a short position there. And I was still playing this one safe. I set my stop loss to right above this last wick because I thought there was definitely a possibility that we come up to, maybe wick off of some of these levels that I had higher, like the macro point of control, or I think we had an NDPOC right up here too. Yep. So, I was thinking that we could definitely come up there with some 12-minute bear divs, make another higher high, and maybe that could be the top. But because we came up to my box with some signals, maybe not the strongest, but we did see some bear divs, we did see some money flow trending downwards, so I took a trade there. And that did happen to be the local top of that move. That happened to be where the market pivoted, and we got a pretty nice move to the downside after that. And I'm still holding some of this short. I took a lot of the profits out, but I'm still holding some of it open as a hedge against the long that I entered down here. So I took a good amount of profits out of this short when we came down to this local point of control. The point of control of this local range that we've been trading in for, I think, a few weeks now. Yeah, I mean, almost a month actually, we've been trading in this sideways range. So, we came down to the point of control of this range, and we're still kind of holding support on it, even though we wicked down below it. But if I pull a fib retracement here, actually from this last low that we put in before we made the move up, you can see that we did wick right down into this golden pocket here. And as we wicked down to this golden pocket, we did so with bullish divergences on the 24-minute and down, which is a pretty strong signal, especially if you look at this 12-minute, you can see that the money flow was on a pretty steady uptrend as well. And we saw the bullish divs here as well, very obvious bull divs on the 12-minute coming into the golden pocket. And I didn't get a great entry here. I was actually out playing basketball when we came down into this golden pocket, but I saw the alert on my phone. I managed to enter a trade as I saw we were coming back above this local point of control. And I still had a good risk to reward ratio. I set my stop loss down below this daily open, and we still haven't hit my take profits yet because we've just kind of been crawling sideways along this point of control. But yeah, if my long comes down and gets stopped out, I'll just take some more profits on my short. Pretty much just I opened a long here as a hedge against my short basically. But we did see some very strong signals here as we came down to this golden pocket. So I do still think there is a chance that we end up getting a retracement here to some of these fib levels. And plus, we are seeing some potentially bullish signs on some of the larger time frames. Some of these time frames are looking like they are potentially bottoming out. Like this 4-hour, we just printed a trigger wave here. Even though it could be flopping over right now, it is not uncommon to see the 4-hour waves sort of lag a little bit, sort of look like they're going to flop over, but then they just sort of end up turning around. Or it could flop over, but right now I'm seeing momentum increasing. We formed another trigger wave here to this anchor wave. And, we did have the bull divs here as well. So we had a 4-hour bull div, then a trigger wave to the anchor wave. I think this could potentially be a bottoming signal. Also, if you come to the 12-hour, we just printed a green dot here. And, just looking at like the last time we saw a momentum increase like this on the 12-hour, that last time it was followed by some upside volatility, even though we came right back down. Even right over here, we saw 12-hour momentum increasing, trigger wave printing, and then we got some more upside volatility here. So, there is a chance, I think, that we maybe get some upside volatility here following this green dot because, almost all of the time frames to me are looking at least decently bullish. Some of the larger time frames are looking like they're bottoming out. We saw bullish divs on like the 24-minute and down, coming down into this golden pocket. We could be holding this point of control as support, but just in case we do need to see lower, I am still holding this short from up here. So now, as for the key levels of resistance and support locally, I'd say if we start getting a move to the upside, the first main area of resistance is going to be right around this 19,370 level, 19,350-ish. Because first, we have a naked daily level right here, an untouched daily level, and typically the untouched levels are going to be most reactive on the first retest. So if we come up to this daily level, this will probably be strong resistance. Also, we have a 382 right in this area from highs to the lows. And if I just sort of outline this area with a box, you can see that this is some very significant support and resistance right at this area. Found support over here, some resistance right here, support, resistance. So I think this is going to be a key level locally, probably a level I'll look to take profits at if we make our way up there. Next, we have the golden pocket up here coming in right around 19.6K. And we also have a weekly level right in this area as well, right below this golden pocket. And again, this is also just a very significant level of support and resistance. by let's draw a box there. You can see that we found lots of resistance on this area right over here. We found some support on this area here. Even zooming out, we found some resistance here. We sort of hovered around this area here, so this is going to be another key area locally. Then maybe I'd say this 786 right up here is also going to be some pretty strong resistance. We had some support and resistance over here on this level to the exact dollar, some more resistance. So this is probably going to be another key level, and then after that it's pretty much just going to be the resistance levels that I outlined in my last video if we continue trending upwards. And as for the levels to the downside, the levels that I would look for support, we do have the local value area low right below us. If we lose the local point of control, I'd expect us to come down to the local value area low. And we also do have a golden pocket right here. If you take it from this wick right down here, you can see that the 0.65 fib level lines up pretty much perfectly with this local value area low. And we do also have a weekly level right below this value area low. So probably this area right here, right around 18.8, is going to be support for us, I think. We also, had some wicks down to this level. So that is probably going to be support number 1. We also have the macro value area low right below that local value area low. And if I just move this fib down to the wick, you can see that the golden pocket then lines up with the macro value area low as well. So I would expect these levels to act as support for us if we end up losing this area. And then, after that, I'd say probably the 786 of this fib. Then if we lose that, we could CDW from this wick down here. And, if we lose that wick, I think that is when things start to get frightening, because I know some people are talking about basically this trend continuing for Bitcoin, where we've been, trading in a sideways range and then breaking it to the downside. That's pretty much been the trend for, this, bear market basically is trade sideways and then break to the downside. So I know a lot of people are kind of expecting another break to the downside here. And, that definitely is a possibility. So if we lose pretty much that range, we could see like another 20-30% drop down, which if we take a measured target, would put us like right around 14 to 13K, which is some people's targets. But, on the flip side, another thing to keep in mind is that, the last times when we did break down out of these ranges, we didn't have some of these bullish signs on the larger term time frames. We did not have the weekly anchor and trigger wave with money flow in the red, which, Jason Casper has been talking about a lot, because if you just look back in Bitcoin's history, typically a BitBoy green dot on the weekly time frame, while the money flows in the red, has been the bottom signal for the last bear markets. And, it still could hold out. I think compared to the last times that we were trading sideways in these ranges, even the daily is looking a lot more bullish. You can see that, momentum has been trending upwards. The money flow has been trending upwards. So, I don't think we necessarily have to continue the pattern of breaking these ranges to the downside, but it definitely is still a possibility. All right, everyone. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go over. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. And I will see you all in my next video. Peace out.